Good afternoon and welcome back to the stream. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're doing well. We're gonna be back to Book of Hours today. And I gotta say, Book of Hours, made by Weather Factory, of course, same people who made Cultist Simulator. I cannot believe that I somehow did a stream yesterday talking about the horror in world building and progression fantasy and somehow didn't bring up Cultist Simulator. Oh, hello, very funny. No, nothing on Discord, thank you. What was I saying? Yes, Cultist Simulator. Considering I read so much lit RPG, you would think that a video game specifically turning the thing I'm talking about into mechanics would be an immediate go-to, and yet somehow I completely forgot about it. It didn't make the list yesterday, which is mental on my part. I might have to go do another stream world building in that particular setting just so I can talk about Cultist Simulator as an actual game and bring in how the lit RPG elements might feature into the whole horror in progression fantasy situation. I have talked previously a little bit about what was it? I've lost the plot now. Nope, the thought is gone. We're moving on. It's Book of Hours time. Let's not spend too much time on the just chatting and get right on over into the game. Let me turn off the intro music and bring us over here. Do we have game capture? Maybe? Oh, come on. I had to change it around to the window capture yesterday because... There we go. Because Obsidian being not a game doesn't show up in game capture, of course. No, I want to continue with where we were. Oh, does that mean there's no multiple save files in this game? That's interesting. There we go. Welcome back, Librarian. Everything is remembered. Hush House endures. Indeed. Okay, so when we stopped, we've made some pretty good progress expanding further into the house. Mostly we've gone up the stairs and uncovered a few of the other rooms. We did get into the infirmary as well. We've made really good progress on getting a bunch of new skills opened up. So that's good. Besides that, we've got one temporary memory. It is about midday-ish. Heart and sky aligned. Don't know if we need that for anything. Moon and Rose. Forge and Lantern. Lantern Rose. I mean, we have so much lantern going on. This is heart aligned. The Ruinous Hall. Let's see if we can hire someone. We do have quite a lot of money. Here we go. Throw in something. Throw in some whist. There we go. And get me a hireling. Besides that, what are we trying to achieve here? We've got a book up here. Mystery Moon 4. Moon 4 shouldn't be so hard to overcome. We do have more books in here that I really ought to get around deciphering, seeing what they are so we can start reading them. This is read, these have all been read. Over here we have a few challenges we're not quite ready to meet yet. Yeah, Winter 6. What have we got that's winter aligned? We've got Winter 2 from our Whist. I think we just put one in here, didn't we? No, that's Fet, okay. We've got 2 Winter from this, and we've got another one from here that's only 3, so we're not really ready to take that book on yet. We do have the ones on the shelf in here as well. Moon Challenge. That's a 10, that's a 6. Sky 6? Hang on, we've read this one, haven't we? Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is an already read book. So let's bring that over here. I don't know why that one got misfiled over there. But that's good, that means we can get more sky. Got edge, lantern. We can use all of these books to generate the appropriate memories and boost our challenges further. What else? The Tree of Knowledge or Wisdom. What's it called? Tree of Wisdoms, not knowledge. Yeah, Tree of Wisdom. We've almost got the first circle filled out completely, and we've got something in the second. I have to work on upgrading a few of these to get something else in here. We have 2 lessons with Edge and Lantern. So Edge, we could get Auroral Contemplations to 3, but it seems kind of redundant. If we get Sickle and Eclipse to 2, that one is not committed yet. So we could fill in one of the other second tier ones. Yeah, we definitely want to spend a lesson on getting that to 2. And then the Lantern aspect, all of our Lantern aspected things are already at level 2. We're so back. We are back indeed in Hush House, solving the mysteries. So for now, we get that hireling from over here. We decipher that book, and then we try and figure out this book. What was it, Whis? No. What had Moon? Something has Moon, I'm sure. It escapes me. Where did the moon go? It should be right up in the sky. There we go. Moon aspect. Yeah, looks like we don't have really anything moon-aligned. It is only a 4. We might just get lucky anyway. But now let's fast forward. Sit over here. Okay, what's this book? The Humours of a Gentleman. Samuel Savage's satirical comedy on the intrigues of the ailing but cunning John's son, his mistress Mavelyn, lover Leo, and the upstart Corvino. Alright. As a Sky book. Only Sky 4. Not a very high challenge, so let's keep that one around as well. And get to work on the next baronial book. Around the same time this finishes, we should also get our hireling. You have scale, edge, and heart. I do believe that's all useful to us, isn't it? Yeah, we need heart down here. We have a weather for it. And then scale and edge. Doesn't look like anything for those. Another heart challenge here in the neglected room. And edge and heart in the gloomy room. Let's get you hired. And then what do we have here? Wrapped in the King. Detailed accounts of secret bacchanals and ecstatic dances observed in necropolises and graveyards in southern Europe, in Egypt and in Anatolia. The author is a self-confessed ghoul and eater of buried flesh. He claims to have witnessed the dances while at a feasting. Okay, it has a Heart 8 challenge. Little high for us at the moment. I don't think we're not bad on heart aspected things. But we're not great either. We have a couple skills. We don't really have a... I mean, there's health, of course, and there's core. We do have, I guess, 4 heart. 4 heart, 5, 6. Okay, not far off, actually. Oh, and herbs and infusions is free. Never mind, we're really good on heart. Okay, we'll keep that book around. 2 more in here that need to be examined. Start up on this one. We've got our guy. He has 4 in all things. Neglected room and go up this tower near the entrance, or ruinous hall, which gets us to the bottom floor here and we find out what's next that direction. This is like the kind of servant's room. Like the bells that ring depending on what room the cord is pulled in. A violin on the wall. Doesn't look like there's more books in here. And then this one... Oh, this is where the projector is. We need the projector for that one heat we have in here, right? Written in Deep Mendaic. I do not know that language. Scale 4 challenge. Phonograph record. There we go. Readable in only the broadest sense. Find the phonograph to play this. That looks like a projector. I don't know if that's quite what we need. Okay. We need to get you up a little bit in hearts. We need to do it quickly. It's almost nighttime and then we won't be able to do anything anymore. Phonograph is a record player. Yes, I believe so. An echo. This memory has become part of something else. I do wonder what the purpose of these little in-between cards that you get every now and then are. Okay, you unlock that. Let's see these. Don't we have one of those? I don't think we've got one yet. If we do, I've forgotten seeing it, but no, I don't think... Not anywhere in this part of the house. We've got our desks around here. We've got the telescope and the observatory. No, we don't have one of those. I'm hoping that we get access to one in this room, but this does look like a tape player, not a phonograph. I saw one last stream. I'll scan through the house quickly. See if it's somewhere and I'm just forgetting it. But no, I'm not spotting one anywhere. Nothing in the gardens as one might expect. Got various statues, lots of flowers. If there's one here, I haven't seen it. Okay, book. The Encircling Tantra. The explorer and entrepreneur T. Everett Duplantis once attempted to plunder the temple where this text was held. His fate is recorded in an appendix. Oh dear. A scale 6 challenge. Very unlikely that we're going to be able to do that. I'll hang on to it though, because if we could get some scale... We've got this, right? Yeah. We've got Coil and Chasm. But nothing else. No... None of our soul aspects are scale rated, are they? Okay, health has one, but health isn't an actual soul aspect, it's just health. I hope you didn't hear that, I accidentally knocked my mic stand just now. One last book. I don't have any things I can double up on, let's... Oh, Triss Despairing. Right, I had this going on. I need to get 5 sky aspects in a drink to cure this, and I was looking through the order forms to try and order some alcohol from either K-Turned Hero or PRN Limited, but the order forms don't tell me what any of the stuff I'm buying actually is. So I really don't want to spend money on them, and then end up finding out that it's not the thing I need. And the final book... Musgrave, 4th Baron Bankrook, was widely mocked as the Bleating Baron and the Lamb de Wolf, but these sketches reveal a complex, somber inner life. Winter 8 is a little too much. Has that book gone back to its shelf in here, or what happened to it? Oh, it gets dropped at the opening to the house. That's interesting. Well, for now, please go in here. Okay, now we just need to wait for the room to be unlocked. There we go. And since night is settling in and we're not going to be doing anything else, let me work to earn a little money. We've got a good amount saved up, but you can never have too much. Okay, what all do we have in here? Another book, uncatalogued. We can solve that right quick. And then besides that, a chess set, a lacquered bone chess set. Some tea with edge, knock, lantern aspects. Not quite what we need. Or potter for tea. This at some point. And a projector. Governor Collis had this installed in the 20s as a treat for prisoners allowed to recover in the infirmary. Or so he said. Rumour had it he was a secret Keaton fan and didn't want to motor all the way up to Exeter to see the latest feature. Apprentice level challenges. Simpler techniques require skill alone. Scholar level, keeper level. Patience Lodge. That is a whole lot of text. So, not the right place for this thing then, is it? Whole skill memory film. Yeah, this is not a film, this is a record. Or recording. Ah, damn. We can't access that through there. We're back in here. What about the next room up? Some kind of art gallery? Interesting, but not immediately relevant to us. I think we want to try and push deeper into the house. And the laboratory and then this room would reveal 1, 2, 3, 4 extra rooms to us, whereas this and this is only 1 each, and this will be 2. So between this 2 and this 2, I think this might be the better one. We'll see what kind of people we have available and what their skills are, and then decide based on that. The next book. Cucurbit Prisoner Records, 1928. Accounts by Governor Collis's private secretary of interventions and experiments in the last year of the Cucurbit prison, focusing particularly on the hill children, wild wood things that have found a shape in the physical world. Fascinating, a difficulty 12 scale challenge. Well beyond us at the moment. Come on, let me pick up a book. How close do I have to zoom? Okay. Well, looking at the ones we have, these ones are lower, but I think we have enough art to do this one easily. Though, actually, we need our skills to recover first. A sky challenge we could just go for, right? I don't think we have anything that helps with a sky challenge. Oh no, we do. We have Frost. That gives 1 sky. Yeah. We could have 2 Frost, potentially. And then skills-wise, sky, we've got Bells and Braziers gives 1. Watchman's Paradoxes give 2. So there's 2, 3, 4. That ought to be enough. Soul, Frost, skill, this. Memory, we're not putting one of these in here, and it wouldn't help anyway. Assuming we get to put another skill to use here, we do have what it takes. That is very much assuming. And put the metal in there. Dusk, night has fallen, dawn will come soon. Oh, does this finish before the refresh, or will we have the skill used up? We can put another soul fragment in there, but these are all fatigued. Give me that. Daybreak. There we go. Put the last frost in and we're good. Or sky. Day's memory as moon and moth. Okay, we've got that red. So first things first, put this in a shelf somewhere. I think I filled up all of my already read shelves, or have I? This one? No, it doesn't fit in there. There's only 3 books here, are you sure? Let's put these up here instead, and use the really large shelf down here. And what have we got? A memory, gossip, Grail and Rose, and lesson sky stories. Nice. Let's learn about that immediately. And put a tag in here. Red. There we go. Is that applied? Yes. Alright, what's next? Probably this one with a moon. We do have a moon memory, conveniently. So that will help. Besides that moon, we have this skill that gives us 1. Ah, that's only 2. 50... I don't think it's actually a 50-50 chance. I don't know that the way the game calculates your odds if you don't meet it is a 50-50. Because it seems like we haven't had much success on just kind of gambling and rolling it. Oh, okay, there we go. The Sky Story skill. And that's also Rose, which is... We do have one Rose from Preliminal Meter. But this appears to be... Oh no, I was going to say this appears to be Rose Primary, but it's got 2 Sky. Which makes sense for a skill called Sky Stories. Does that fit into either of our level 1 things? Into both of them? Okay. Oromachistry, Birdsong. The bright art dealing with the laws and contentions of the secret gods called Hours, and of their name emanations. Or Music Riddles Miscellanea, the gods gossip. The Tryst, the Pilgrim's Intrigue and the Grail Scheme, the Sun and Shadow and the Forge Unseen, the Swan King and the Elagabalin. This is Horror-Macistry. Or here, a Thief of Sights, a Scavenger of Thrones, a Border Reaver and a Thief of Knots, a Thief of Colours and a Thief of Bones. This is Birdsong. Neither of these particularly tell me anything. I'm gonna put Sky Stories into Birdsong just because I feel like I associate birds with the sky more than I associate birds with the gods called the Hours. So there we go. And we get 1 Tryst. Which is nice that accounts for our unavailable Tryst at the moment. Alright, back out of here. We have a book to in the appropriate memory, the appropriate soul, and the appropriate skill. It still only puts us at 3 out of 4, but what can you do? If we will almost certainly get the chance to put another soul in, so I would really love to fix this Tryst, but where am I going to find a Sky 5 drink just sitting around? Let me mouse over a Sky skill and see if anything lights up here in the background. We do have a few things around, but I think it's mostly tea, and I think it's mostly not Tryst aligned, Sky aligned. No, not seeing anything there. Over here, no. You can see some of the drinks sitting there, but none of them are lighting up with the right alignment. Okay, yeah. We'll just have to hope for the best. Alright, what else? Maybe I should take another look in the desk and see if I can make any more sense of this. So, begin again. Carefully strike out the orders on the TRN form and begin again. Or this. Would acquire of Niveen Parchment from TRN Limited. What is Niveen Parchment? What is any of this? Thief. I mean, I know what beef is, but what does beef do for me in the game? Almonds? Drinking cocoa? If I take this out of here, order form, Cater and Hero. Dawnline coffee. Scintillate oil. Lapsang. The only... like, nothing around here is changing, nothing here is changing to give us any indication of what we're gonna get. The only hint we're given here is something suitable, perhaps effervescent, to drink. And this much sky as to cheer the haunted soul. If we go to the bed itself and put this in here for restore, to cure this malady with bed rest, something suitable to drink, and enough of a relevant aspect. Can I just put any drink in here? Yeah. Oh, so it doesn't matter? We just need to... pretty much power aspects if you want to create something. I don't want to create something. I need... dye. And a lot of it. And I have not so much. This has 2, this has 1, this has 2, this has 2. Oh, it won't let me put any of these in here. It definitely says skill though, so why not? Required. Scale, knock, cart, or forge. Huh. The U would go in, but that only gives me 1 sky. Memories. None of our soul aspects have what we need. Like, the Trist is the sky aspected, isn't it? No, Tristus, Moon, and Moth. I don't even have a sky aspected soul thing. It's Fost, which is fatigued again. Okay, so let's look at it again. This. I can get 1 from here. Right, neither of the 2 sky skills. None of the 3 skills that have 2 sky as an aspect are willing to go in there. But bells and braziers will. Then we can put 1 Fost in there, that brings us up to 2 sky. And then with the right memory, we might actually be able to do something about this. But I will have to wait for the memory to pop up. Either that or read a sky-aligned book. Maybe we can get out of this after all, and we can do it right now. Okay, what's happening here? This has a chance. Yeah, there's still a chance. Wall art. Increase relevant aspects by referencing a piece of wall art. What are we trying to hit? We're trying to hit moon. Wall art. All the paintings and stuff, and this also counts as... okay, moon. Here, the velvet. There we go. I like this little puzzle-solving madness you've got to go through to piece together the things you need. The velvet can go back on its wall. This book, now red, can go... where's the shelf I was emptying things to? Over here? Yeah. Can go back on the shelf. And we've now got Memory of Regret and Lesson, Putrefactions and Calcinations. There we go. We'll learn that lesson in a moment. For now, I want to quickly read this book and get a memory from it. Soul, I don't think it matters what we put in here, we're just reading it. Yeah, if I read it, I could perhaps recall a memory. Get me one of those real quick, and then we can see about sleeping off our despair. If only that worked in real life, huh? Memory gossip. No, that's not at all what I want. Do I have to put an appropriate kind of matching aspect in here? As some... not this. Wrist, which I don't have, once again. Oh dear, oh dear. Just try it again, see if it works. If not, we're going to have to wait for night to go through anyway. Man, they're not even trying with the usernames of these spots anymore. No, just another gossip memory. Alright, do this instead. Learn the lesson Putrefactions and Calcination. Which is Moon and 2 Winter. And it applies to Ithistry and Skolovsk. This and West Ithistry on the opposite side. So we've currently got the Chime and Scholar Sight. Oh, the Chime from Bells and Braziers and Scholar Sight from Edict's Liminal. Okay, so if we can level this up to the second. Moon and Winter. Have to get suitable lessons, but good. Okay, we're almost full up on the first ring, so we're mostly looking to upgrade some of our skills to the second level so we can get further. I'm still unsure whether I truly believe that we're going to get the, what was it, 81 skills to have a different one in each of these, but it's looking more and more likely as our list of skills grows longer and longer. I do wonder quite how many books we're going to find in this place to fill all of that. It is a very large library, to be fair. Alright, let's speed through the night. There we go. What season are we in? Spring. The end of it, I assume. What's the weather like today? Have we got anything good? While we wait for the weather, we can be reading the book with Tris. What's the sky attribute? Plus sky. Yeah. Which means it will take... that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? We want the memory to make up the amount of sky we need for going to bed and curing the thing. But there's only one soul slot anyway, so it should be fine. We can't double up. It is sunny, which is 2 lantern, 2 sky. There we go. Also, current affairs, the incident is still doing more stuff. I wonder who we'll be talking to next and what they might give us. Presumably more Spintria, which is good. I want to be able to buy books. No, just memory gossip. Okay, so super not worth doing. We want to restore Trist with progress the closest drink available using the soul aspect. No? We can't put Foss in it. It will only accept Forge, Hard, Knock, or Scale. I mean, we've got Forge, but it doesn't do us anything. Good of Sky, 5. This much Sky aspect to cheer the Haunted Soul. And it won't even take this particular memory either. The memory must also have either Forge, Hard, Knock, or Scale. Well, we just can't do this thing, can we? I don't know how you'd even begin to cure this. We can't look for the specific drink we need with a sky aspect. And even if we did, if it has like sky 2 or 3, that's not enough. We can't put any of our souls or memory in here, and only one skill, which only provides 1 sky out of the 5 we need. If we're lucky with a drink and we have like 3, that will still be 1 off. No idea how to cure that. I think for the time being it's just impossible. We also have a visitor who we can talk with about the incident. Misana, the blindless, the far side, the watchman's name. Okay. Try a book with as much mystery lantern as their lantern interest. They have an interest in lantern 3. That's very easy. Lantern. There we go, there's a lantern 4 book in there. There we go. I should have learned by now not to jump to conclusions. It's not a watchman name at all. I think it just might be a name of a chandler. I had heard there was one out in the world causing mischief. Of course I'll have to make sure, thank you. Okay. In the meantime, I guess let's get back on track since we can't do anything with this stuff. We need 8. 4 is our highest part thing, yeah? Yeah, the only other one is health. Skill-wise, this is 3, this is 2. Okay. That brings us up to 5 out of 8, and then a memory. But neither of our memories currently have heart associated. We will just try it and see if we can put anything else in to improve our chances. In the meantime, we can also be earning the... this is the one that has side effects sometimes. So, fortune tell. If we acquired some bronze spinch here. We can put in another soul aspect. 4 brings us up to 7 out of 8. What else? Money. Keep making money. Ah. We did it. The dancers draw from the traditions of the mysteries of the cults of Isis and Sebel, but include both symbolic and literal flayings, and the human heart is always central in the rite. The author punctuates his accounts with queasily sensuous descriptions of his own interrupted feasts. At the greater feasts, a black pig is always crowned as king before its slaying. On this occasion, its heart was weighed in the balance against a knot of feathers, and its skin became a cape for the officiant. Its flesh was left for the crows, but I must confess my interest was not in its carcass but in the perfumed flesh of a milliner laid fresh in the earth. Grim stuff. Earth sign. In the tracks of beasts, in the convolutions of his own carapace, in egg vein and shell shadow, the many-eyed one found the signs which can be history. An earth sign is an auspice traded on the cloaked shape of the earth. An auspice traced on the cloaked shape of the earth, perceptible to the sensitive, interpreted only by the eyes. It has 2 nectar to scale. Evolve via scoloscopy, it is a memory. It is persistent. Human. And we also get 2 lessons in drums and dances. Alright. Collect all that. That was a lot of stuff. Let's start off by putting the book on the shelf. Then, Earth Sign. Doesn't look like there's anything we can currently do with that. Not highlighting anything. And the lesson, drums and dance. Which is not a skill we have yet. Yeah. Real quick, can I consider... No, I can't consider a lesson I've already learnt again. Okay, let's get drums and dances. And see where that fits in our plans. Gives us 2 heart and 1 nectar. Goes in either the Bosk or Horomachus. Horomachus tree. Doesn't that mean I can put it straight into the tree and finish the bottom layer? Yes, it does. The Thunder Skin, the eternal drum that beats to preserve the skin of the world, is a god from flesh, which is to say he was once mortal. But the Horned Axe, last of the gods from stone, required his death, and so the Grail gave him up, though he loved her. Love is always subject to the will of the hours, as all Horomachists know. And that gives 1 metal, does it? I should probably have been paying more attention to this if it tells me what skill I'm going to get. Alright, let's assign that. Get our whole thing. And there's the first full ring completed. Doesn't look like we get anything special for having done so, though. Okay. As far as our skills go, if I sort them maybe left and right into committed and not. Like so. There we go, we have 10 committed and 4 that aren't yet. So putrefactions and calcination can go either Iphistry or Scholoscopy. Here or here. Both open. I mean, the only second tier that isn't open at the moment is Nyctodromy. Everything else is available. We have 2 potentials for Scholoscopy. So Coil and Chasm should go into Scholoscopy because its other is Nyctodromy, which we already have a tier 2 for. Which means Putrefactions and Calcinations goes into Iphistry. This is also Iphistry, so Eliminal Meter goes into Illumination. And Sickle and Eclipse can go into Preservation or Nyctodromy. It will go into Preservation. Okay. The skill can be used to remove corruption from books, Sickle and Eclipse. So maybe we want to focus on upgrading that one first, out of all of the ones we've got. That is an Edge and Moon skill. And we have an edge-aligned lesson in Auroral Contemplations. Okay, so Sickle and Eclipse. This lesson. And this effort. But we don't have an appropriate memory. Which match a power aspect including at least 1 lesson, right. We need either a moon or edge memory. Do we have an appropriate book? And will the book even give me the thing I want? Because previously I've just been getting memory gossip out of the books. Which is not at all what I'm after. I do also still have this scale 6 book laying around. Yeah. Okay, for the moment, we still want to focus on this one first. But I think how we're going to need to do it is that we will need to be a little patient in what comes up. We do have this lesson, which does have Nectar, so we could see about upgrading Coil and Chasm. Might be good. Because we don't have a memory. Yeah, we're not really limited by the lessons so much as we are by the memories, because the lessons are just, when we have one, that means that we're able to even think about upgrading a skill, but the memories dictate whether we can actually do it. And until I figure out how to consistently get a useful memory out of the books, I don't really know what to do with that. What was triggering it before? What got the books to give me the things I wanted? Because we got, like, the memory relating to Lantern consistently before. Right, like, we have a scale book here. Do I have to match the amount of scale involved again? I can't particularly do that. I can put this in a memory slot here. Does claim it's persistent. Persistent memories survive the dawn, but when the season called Numa passes, they will depart with it. Numa comes to Bangkok in one season out of every 9, but especially exactly when it's never certain, and years may pass without any sign of Numa mists. Well, that's fun. We've got a little random element included in there. I could use Scholicoscophy with this to evolve my soul. Once you've committed a skill to Scholicoscophy Wisdom, you can use that skill with this to combine 2 identical soul cards into a greater one, but you must use a skill you've attuned to that wisdom, and the attunement will work only once. Alright, forget books and anything else I'm looking at. We can combine our skills. Okay, what have I committed to Scholicoscophy? This one here. I've committed Edict's Liminal, and I was looking at committing... Coil and Chasm to it. That is the Scale and Nectar skill. I don't have a Nectar-aligned soul aspect, or Scale-aligned, that's both only heart. Edict's Liminal is Knock and Moth. So I could, if I cure my Tryst, combine the 2 Tryst together. Maybe. But of course combining Tryst is way out of reach right now. Okay, so for the moment we're stuck on all fronts in that regard. And I've just picked up a glass on accident. Oh no, where did that come from? Okay, you live on this side table now. Sorry about that. Fet 2? Fet 2 what? With the aspects? Hang on, Ears Liminal, Knock, Moth. Yes, Fet 2. Okay, so I could combine these and get a higher Moth Rose skill. Okay. I mean, Moth Rose hasn't really come up much, has it? I'm pretty sure there are some Moth books around the place, but I haven't been able to read yet. Now, this is Moon. This is Moth 10, which is probably still a little beyond reach, even if we combine them. Yeah, there's not much Moth or Rose going around. I don't think we seem to have any Rose-aligned books. I'll want to be careful. I'll need to consider which one I really want to go for. In the meantime, what are we getting up to? We do have this die memory, but it's not suitable for this, is it? No, it won't go into the memory because it doesn't have Forge, Heart, Knock, or Scale. More rooms, I think, is the order of business. When in doubt, more rooms. They're the most reliably accessible thing. It is about to hit night, so let's fast forward through, hit the dawn, and then hire someone, and we'll see what we unlock next. Let me take a sip real quick while we do. That was maybe a little more than a sip. Okay, daybreak. And it's sunny again. How very un-English. Okay, this, the money. Let's get a helper. Hydrate or dihydrate. Where have I heard that from? Oh, it's Dex bonus. That's something Dodger always says. Okay, we have Forge Sky Lantern from this person. Any rooms that's applicable to be? Yes, here, lantern. And we do have sunny weather for more lantern. Okay. You are getting hired. Cool, got that. And then let's chat with you and tell you about how nice the weather is today, so that you become better at breaching the depths of our Eldritch House. Is there anywhere else that requires a high lantern or sky challenge? All these middle ones are lantern. Up here there is some forge, but we don't have anything forge related to chat with you with. We could go to the shadowed atrium and then get vision of this really big room. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, shadowed atrium gives us big room, or down here gives us deeper into the middle of the house. I'm kind of curious about the very big room. But you'll go ahead and unlock that. Could as well hire someone else and see what we can throw them at. Nah, let's just make money in the time. Okay. Shadowed atrium. Long been a holy place, but in the absence of prayers, and I missed it. Grab this. Keep liking. Okay, there is a shrine up here to Saint Januarius, the name which was wounded, the name of exceptions, the little god at the door. And we can do something here. Soul aspect with heart, knock, rose, or sky. Let's say I put some frost in here. Add a skill card. Try to match the power aspects if you want to create something. Challenges. Evolve via Nyctodromy. Ah, okay, so I can do the similar thing here as I can with the Earth sign. I don't think we're quite ready for that kind of thing yet, right? 5 degrees of a relevant aspect. And Nyctodromy, we have... Oh, we have got Auroral Contemplations in here, which is our lantern line still. And 2 frost. Maybe. All fine Nyctodromy skill. Ah, okay, no, skill must have heart, knock, rose, or sky. None of the... Oh, you've got lantern and sky. Go. Oh, craft Tanglebrag. Watchman's Paradoxes with apprentice level lantern made Tanglebrag. Or for a scholar level recipe, align the shadows through glass and gather a lantern liquid. What does any of that mean? Undiscovered. Once you've discovered this recipe, its requirements will appear here. Lesson count as a memory. Yes, it does. Also throw this in here, but this doesn't... I don't want to craft Tanglebrag. I want to fuse frost into higher frost. Once you've committed a skill to Nyctodromy Wisdom, You can use that skill with this to combine two identical soul cards into a greater one. But you must use a skill you've attuned to that wisdom, and the attunement will only work once. So, do I have to start this? No, it won't let me put this in anywhere. I can put something into devotion first. I can't put into skill first. I can't put into memory first. I can put into remembrance first. Add a skill card, try to match power aspect. No, that's a crafting again. Not sure how to work that. There's an atrium chair in here. Besides that, not really anything going on in this room. Above it, we have the gloomy stair. So many in-between rooms in this goddamn house. And here we have the darkened church. This has long been a holy place, but shadows are the only worshippers here now. Yeah. The watchman, the mensicate, the sun in rags, the madrigal. An organ, oh, very fancy. Hello, Bowslavs. I reckon not to use this one, can always ready finish books to get normal memory stuff. Yeah, I want to hang on to these for a minute. But also, even with it in there, it didn't seem to be doing the recipe that I wanted. I think I'm misunderstanding something of how to use this and this. We'll figure it out later. For now, deeper into the house, I guess. It's getting dark, so we won't go right now. We'll wait until morning to hire someone. And then unlock some more stuff. Want to find more books. Charge all my money. Okay, almost night. When you explain or figure it out yourself, for now I guess I'll try and figure it out myself. We've only just unlocked the option to even attempt it, so I'll see if it's something that makes more sense later. Alright, more hireling. We need access to the house. What is the weather today as well? Anything useful? 6. We've got clouds, that is moon and moth. And moth, I don't think we have any books I want to try and access with that. We also have a book available to buy. A theoretical project proposed by Lionel of the Society of a Noble Endeavour, which might permit the imprisonment of a renegade forgeling. A very heavily revised edition of an earlier and even more controversial work. How much? 3? I don't actually know what our thing is worth. Is this worth 4 in total? Well, at any rate, it's enough money, so I'm buying it. Any chance to get a book, we take it. I want all of them. What have you got going for you? Grail, moth, rose. We've got a little bit of moth aspect here, so we can take advantage of that. Let's hire you. And then let's talk to you about the weather. And then... Alright, so you've got moth 5 and rose 4. Let's see. What, if anything, can we access with that? We're 1 rose short. Could try to push for that. These will require 6. This requires moth. Go. Unlock another room. And I'll not try to go for a second one in it. Hoarder? No, I'm connoisseur. Hey, look at the size of the house we've got. We have a librarian. We gotta fill this place with books, don't we? So it is a Forge 12 book, so it's gonna be a little while before we can try to read that one. What shelves do I have down here? But nothing is on yet. At least I am putting them into the shelves. The game will totally just let me scatter books on the tables and stuff like that. This can get entirely out of control. Okay, we have some kind of modern art collection up here. Interesting. Razor staff coin. Made of beeswax. Fancy. We have a barber's chair. Evolve via preservation. What else? Couch, that's nice. A vase, very pretty. Prohibiate, which binds to the one whose name is there written, a minor ink of power. 2 hearts, 2 lantern, 2 scale, 1 winter. There's also an ink. Elsa Blake claimed that she first synthesized this from her own tears. She was almost certainly lying. Holiest hemolymph. Liquid. No elaboration on the type of liquid, just liquid. More books. More books. Okay, we will hire someone anyway, but I'm going to focus on getting all those books catalogued so we can see what they are. I think that is always going to be the highest priority. 2 lantern to sky from the sunny weather. We have a few lantern challenges in the rooms that are still to be unlocked, so that is useful. 6. The Karashim Portolan, a beautifully illustrated and heavily annotated portolan, a nautical atlas of ports and destinations. Moon 6. Pretty. I don't think we've got much going for us in terms of moon aspects. Yeah, Trist has moon. We've got it in Cyclone Eclipse 1 and 1 from Putefactions and Cal. Not a whole lot. The next one. This book sticks slightly over the shelf here, which is unfortunate. The 6 letters on necessity, warnings and confessions about the cost of the secret arts, addressed to a student by the 17th century magus and reputed immortal Julian. Moth 4 challenge, that could be within reach. We'll keep that one in our inventory. Meantime, Passing Poet, he has Winter, Moth and Sky. It's not ideal. He should have about 4 Sky though, shouldn't he? We can get up to 6. 6 Sky. Lets us hopefully get in somewhere. No. Nope, doesn't look like anywhere cares about Sky at the moment. Unfortunate. Winter? Maybe. Winter or Moth? Doesn't hurt to try. We've got the money. Yeah. What all can we talk with you about again? Like, pretty much anything, right? Can we bump Winter up with Wisp? Yes. Yes, we can. There we go. Winter 6. Then, which place was that? Not these, not these. Here we go. The Spoiled Laboratory requires Winter 6. I feel like there are a couple quality of life features that could be implemented in this game to just make things a little more accessible. I think a button to go from the house to the village would be useful. I know you can go back to the threshold with this, but I find myself scrolling between the two because you can only zoom out so far a lot. Stuff like that. Winkwell. There are eyes here half visible, winking coyly at. A Winkwell infection. Keep thinking of those eyes when I close my own. Ah. Item is corrupted. This can affect your fet and whist and spread to nearby objects. You can remove it with a skill that's effective against corruption and at least 7 moon. Spread to nearby objects, so we're going to have to keep things isolated from each other. That's interesting. And now we've got a whist map. Yeah. Sorry I missed that last part. What was that about the zoom? I wish we could zoom out further. I would want to be able to get the whole house easily in view, and I want to zoom out so I can scroll over to the village more quickly. The map isn't like huge or anything, but if it takes me from one side to the other, like 1, 2, 3, 4 times clicking across the screen, that's just a little irritating. I wish I could zoom out a little further, and I wish there was an easier way to check what each of the rooms requires challenge-wise than clicking on each of them. Especially because instead of opening in the middle of the screen, I can just click here and then click, click, click down the row, it opens where I pressed a button, which means I constantly have to move this window out of the way to access the other one. I could potentially keep a finger on escape so I can scroll across here like this, but that's just kind of extra hassle, you know. It's not a necessary feature, but it is quality of life. It would improve things if it were there. Okay, so you now have your Winter 6, that was somewhere in the middle here. There, here. Unlock that. I need to get this book into containment then, I guess. Where do I put it? Somewhat isolated, where it doesn't... I could just toss it onto the front doorstep, couldn't I? Yeah. No, we're not leaving books on the floor. Okay, where is away from other objects? Every room has some stuff in it. Do a side table here? No, can't put anything on those. Anywhere in here that wants to hold a spare book I need to put away. Oh, I can put it in one of these alcoves. Alright, there are plants next to them. Here we go, it can go on the spot of the 13th librarian. Where I'm immediately gonna forget that it ever existed. We'll come back to that, hopefully. Let's get the next book sorted out. Put you there. And then let's come over here. Can I do anything about this particular ale? Does it have different requirements? Where is it? Whist Shellcross. My thoughts are tangled and unfamiliar to me. Something of those who came before. Carapace Cross has always lingered in humankind. It's arisen in. Okay, and we need to hit Lantern, so Frost, it won't take Frost, right? It will only take things with Forge, Art, Knock, or Scale. Metal has Edge. Art doesn't have anything useful either. A skill with one of these and some Lantern. Bells and Brazeries has 1. Pyroglyphics has 2. I think that's the best we're gonna get here, isn't it? Right. Art skills are these. That has 1. Not 1, that's a skill, not Lantern Icon. I saw yellow and thought it was a different thing. And Knock these. Nothing to be found there. And Scale this one. No. We've got this, a memory, but we don't want to use our lesson on this, and then a restorative beverage. Okay, let me put the laundry basket in there. Basket of clean linen. A restorative or beverage. It doesn't check for both, just one or the other. Okay. Dandelion wine has one lantern. Do I have a restorative beverage somewhere in the house that has a free lantern on it? How about this thing? No? Why did that even highlight? That was not the right thing. Restorative. This? Oh, and I clicked off it, damn. Okay, this has Knock, Moon, and Winter. What else glows? Over in the infirmary, makes sense. No lantern here. This part I'm kind of game design wise like undecided on, because on the one hand I feel like looking through the library to find something is part of the experience, right? Like this is part of the gameplay, is curating things, searching for things, finding things. There's one lantern. On the other hand, gosh, do I wish I just had like a menu somewhere where I could type in show me list of items with this, and this quality. It was a little easier in Cultist Simulator because you could zoom out and have your entire playfield visible, and it was at a scale where everything could be interacted with. If you zoom all the way out here, you're not picking out individual objects from these rooms. This is tiny. I can just about see them, but the game won't let me click on them. And it seems like we don't have a restorative or beverage with the lantern aspect, so unfortunately that is now 2 of our skills that have succumbed to illness, and we don't really have any way to get them back. I can only hope that the next few books don't also take a skill from me, or else I might start to be in trouble. And everything on it with its own was its own card rather than being a single tiny teacup in a room where you really shouldn't leave teacups. Yeah. That is kind of fun. I'll have to... We'll see at what point I forget that I've put this book onto a random stand here because it's infected. It could get lost forever. Might be able to order something. Yeah, I can order various foods and drinks. The problem is that the game doesn't tell me what they are and what they will provide me. So I would be throwing a lot of my money into getting stuff that I've not identified. The Locksmith's Dream, A Light Through the Keyhole. The first volume of Teresa Galmia's examinations of parallels in the mystic. And that is only a lantern challenge. Easy. Definitely get that tomorrow. Put that in here. I mean, overall, while I have these small gripes, as I said, they are nitpicks about quality of life things that would make the game nicer, but I think the core of what's here is still a very fun game. Colors in the Liver. Al Bishop's most controversial film, blamed for outbreaks of cannibalistic killings in Tiflis and Leipzig. Aha! That is a Grail 6 mystery. So, how do I do this? I just stick it in here and put in the appropriate things. Do I... anything Grail? Hearts? Knock? Hearts? I'm not even sure I have a Grail aspect on, like, anything at all. I mean, I've got, like, little of some of the others. Okay, there we go. Arab has some Grail on it. Well, that gives us 2 out of 6. If we mouse over here... No, not a single bit anywhere else. Okay, so that will be unavailable a little while yet. There's somewhere in the room I can put it. Ah, yes, there's a shelf at the top here. Very nice. Okay. It's a bit on purpose, and what the game doesn't tell you is that you're also supposed to keep a close eye on what can be used for this. I do like... There is always this kind of juxtaposition between the actual practical annoyance and difficulty and the theoretical appeal of figuring stuff out yourself. So for example, in the more classic roguelike games, like Rogue itself or, you know, Caves of Qud for the more recent example, I've played that game and man, the appeal of not having a clue what's going on and figuring things out through harsh trial and error is massive. But on the flip side, being 10 hours into a run and getting killed by something and having just absolutely no clue what you got killed by or how you're going to prevent it next time, just a little bit frustrating. I think so far there's enough different avenues and directions of expansion in this game that the difficulty is fine. Like, I never feel stuck, you know? I don't know currently how to cure either of these, and I don't know how to use the certain buildings or certain objects in the house to use my skill together. So those avenues of expansion are currently closed off to me, but I do know I can continue to open up more parts of the house, and I can acquire more books, and some of them I can read and get more stuff out of. So for the time being, there's always still another direction for me to go in, which kind of evens out with the part where I sometimes don't know how to use a particular object. We'll see if that lasts forever, it might not. A tower rises. The phonograph is packaged in a glossy card, the brightest pink of a dog rose, with the words "A tower rises" in 9 languages on both sides. There is no other identifying information at all. Written in Vac, a bold language. So far both of our phonograph pieces are written in other languages. We also still don't have a phonograph. We cannot in fact listen to them. A bit like that in this game, eventually you just know what tools and options you have, and then everything seems a lot simpler. And that's kind of a big payoff. The more difficult it is to figure all of that stuff out, the more like a genius you feel once you've got the whole system mastered and you know exactly where everything goes. You can't get that payoff without the setup of it being difficult in the first place. It's hard because it will definitely put players off. You know, there's a reason certain games are, like Dwarf Fortress, absolutely incredible game, remains niche because, well, there's only so many people that you can convince to play a game like that. It's a little bit of a acquired taste. But if you do have a taste for it, then it's the best thing ever. Alright, let's get another person hired. I want to see about expanding some more. More sunny days. So hopefully we get someone with a bit of grail going on. Let's see, you have Rose Moth. Not Grail, Lantern is what I went from here. Or Sunny. And we have not. Grail Moth and Rose. We do have a bit of Moth. We've got Fett with 1. We've got Trist with 2. That could get us up to 6 Moth. And I don't think any of the rooms actually require a Moth Challenger. Oh no, there we go. This does. So let's get you hired. And then let's get you Where was it? Just, yes. Get you up to speed on that. In the meantime, what do I need for this one? Moth, which I've just committed to a conversation. Alright, tomorrow then. Surrealist painter. Open up the second floor of the Motley Tower. Alright, in the meantime, I've read all of the books from here, or rather I've identified all of the books. What is actually in here? There's a lot of drinks and liquids in the room. Some vials? Interesting. What is that? Dispensary, a well-appointed laboratory for a scholar of unconventional therapy. Doesn't tell me what it does here. I can craft here like I can everywhere else. Honestly, I'd say it's the same for a lot of optimization games, Factorio and the like. It takes a certain type. Factorio. I am so excited for the DLC to come out. I'm going to be playing that a lot. I might just schedule a full week of Factorio streams when that comes out. Okay, lots of funky liquid. Chaotic essence, leafy, and a handful of books. Let's get these identified. What's on the desk? Domain Raveline. The Ravelines abandoned their lands, and yet someone is still making this one. Scale is created. Serpent-style glass. Ice scales. Catwink, an ink of containment. Wolf snow ampule. Far too cold ever to melt in anything but the hottest noonday sun. It will, very gradually, consume human flesh. That's a thing we just kind of have sitting around on the desk. This leaning table and the desk are part of one object. I was confused for a moment there. We have some gold around the place. Cheers. You need it for reasons. You enjoy Factorio then? Played it much? Moth, nectar, scale. Lots of aspects and material. What does not bark? Alexander Probst writes wearily of Calyptra, a law, principle, or society which prevents the dissemination of dangerous knowledge. Moon 4 challenge, we'll keep that in our That's a fairly low challenge. Okay, let's try and clear the inventory out a little before we go and identify more of these books so I don't lose track of them. First, the lantern one, because that will be very, very straightforward. There we go. Start on that. Needed for reasons. Oh. What crimes exactly are we committing with the flesh-eating liquid? Please do not the liquid. That is dangerous. The parallels in mystic dreams experienced by carpenters, masons, and other artisans, and what they purport to reveal about the architecture of the world. Surprisingly mordant and even funny, no one has ever explained why Galmia devoted herself to this quixotic exploration of artistic dreams. Crimes? No, I would never. Absolutely, we're all law-abiding scholars of the unhallowed arts here. Time and again we hear of the wood which rises from the world's foundation. All trees reach for light. What does the wood reach for? There is a difference between light and light. I think the key to dreams of the wood might be one of these, the one that isn't exactly real. And we get a lesson in purifications and exaltations. A memory revelation. Okay. I mean, kind of awkward timing on the memory because it's about to be dawn and we're going to lose it. Is there anything I want to throw that at before it goes away? We've got some pretty high lantern challenge books around the place, don't we? Like some Lantern 12 nonsense or something like that. That's an edge challenge, not Lantern. Over here, no Lantern challenges to be found. I think that's all the places I've got books at the moment. Oh, there's a couple more down here that I didn't spot earlier. In fact, we haven't looked at this room at all yet. I'll get to that in a moment. If they were going to spill ketchup on a library book, they should have known there would be retribution. You know what? Justified. Yes. As the head librarian of Hush House, I give full permission to employ wolf snow ampules against people who get ketchup on the books. Who brought ketchup into the library to begin with? Alchemist glassware. Fragile vessels in which new substances are... a few more books up here as well. Big knock on this thing. Huh. I might have to go through again and see if there's any sky or... What is it we need? Fatigue, that's there. Yeah, sky for Trist and lantern for Whis. I might have to scan through again to see if there's any new objects we've uncovered that will let us cure these. I do wonder if the cures are one-time use, because if that is the case, we are going to very quickly run out, I imagine. Okay, so this has been read, and can go here on the red shelf. We really don't have anything to do with this revelation memory, unless there's a lantern aspect skill we want to level up. Hieroglyphics or auroral contemplations. We do have the lessons, but we would need 2 lessons to level one of these up, wouldn't we? A lesson, memory... Oh no, we need another memory, which we have. We have a sun. Effort. We could level this up to level 3. Now the question is that even a good idea? Because lessons are limited, and this skill is already committed, so really we'd rather save the lesson and use it to level up a different skill that we can then actually put into level 3. One of our branches, I guess, on the Tree of Wisdom. Yeah, into one of our branches. I think maybe you like this, which is apparently lantern aligned. Save it, yeah. Let's consider this lesson on purifications and exaltation. No one ever truly wants to be truly changed. Azoth and Rathullian are justly feared, but no one has been changed would choose to go back. Yeah? That's, what is it? In Lancer, the tabletop RPG, there's an interesting thing with the AI in that, the NHPs, where they are different people when shackled or unshackled, when, like, limited from their AI divinity. And the unshackled ones obviously don't want to be shackled, but the shackled ones also don't want to be unshackled because they don't want to cease being the person and existence that they are. This is a Lantern Sky Illumination or Iphistry skill, and can be used against corruption. Illumination, we're only 1 deep. Iphistry, we're also only 1. Okay, so go here. Grab a lesson. Put in some effort. And throw in a memory. Get me that. It always slows down to speed 1 when you reach a new day. We've got clouds today, which is only moon 1, moth 1. And we've upgraded that skill. Which direction to go in? Iphistry, illumination. Let's read both of them. Never underestimate the hour named Meniscate. Foolish adepts deride her name as an hour of vanity. What do they think defines the hours? Light purifies, light exalts. And that will give me a metal, I think? And the tree. Never underestimate... okay, it says the same thing. Never mind. You'd think they gave different effects, but I guess... Which skill do I want? Do I want another metal or another Fost? I've got 2 of both, but I think I find myself using Fost significantly more than I do metal. Hang on, no, these are not the same. This talks about Meniscate, the Hour of Vanity. Never underestimate the hour named Madrigat. Foolish adepts deride her as an hour of ashes. What do they think the Watchman's tree sprang from? Fire purifies, light exalts. There we go. Okay, let's get another Fost and get higher up in the tree. Okay. First circle fully filled out and 2 spaces on the second tier now. Let's move these over a bit further. Yeah. I want to split up the ones that have been committed and the ones that haven't yet. Okay, let's get back to the books. We have a moon book here. One day I will memorize which of the skills refer to what, but we're not there yet. And it doesn't look like I've got any moon going on. And we have a moth book, which I'm pretty sure I do have. Yeah, Trista's 2 moth. Okay, a challenge 4. Let's see if we can meet it. Clouds provide moth. And Edict's Liminal. In fact, that's overkill. We can keep the skill. There we go. Let me just take a sip of drink. Cosley's tone is urgent, as if he suspected he might have little time left. Even the sun can be divided, though it requires the forge of days for its division. Alright, and we get lesson transformations and liberation, as well as a memory of foresight, forge and lantern. Is there enough time in a day to hire another person? Possibly a forge-aligned one. I'm pretty sure there were some forged... Yeah, here, Forge 6 on the Gloomy Stair. Anywhere else? Forge 5 in the smoking room. Oh wait, no, I want to, first of all, consider the... There we go. This one fits onto Illumination and Ithistry. Now Illumination we've just gone... No, Ithistry we've just gone up a level, so Illumination would be the obvious choice. We have a similar lesson. We need Moth or Forge. We don't have a lesson for this, unfortunately. And it's not... It's only equal to Bells and Brazeries in Forge, and not as good as Edict's Liminal in Moth, so this is not even a very useful skill. We can use it for candle making, which I guess is nice. At this point, probably too late in the day to hire a person and upgrade them with Grail and then get them into a room, and people won't work at night. Okay, so this book... Yeah, the 6 letters of necessity, that can go on the shelf. Where is the shelf? Over here. Go on the shelf. Okay. We still have this scale 6 challenge, which I've kind of hung on to because I wanted to solve it, but I don't actually have the means to do so. I think I should put it back on a shelf for now. Where was I putting books? At the top shelf of this small room. Yep, there we go. Go over here, and we can start deciphering the other books. Tell me some more about those. On the matter and the deeds of Serpent. This is probably the Prophecies of a Naga rendered into English and illustrated by William Midnight in Paris in the 1880s, but it shows a number of divergences from that text. Certainly quite recent by the standards of VAC texts. Right, written in another language, and a Knock 12 challenge, that's way beyond our abilities at the moment. That goes on the shelf. Grab out the next one. I feel like if magic was real, this is the kind of job I would do in real life. I would absolutely sit somewhere going through and cataloguing books about all manner of arcane nonsense. Perugian Diaries. In 1907, at the age of 18, Christopher Illopoli left Strathcone's household to study theology at the University of Perugia in Italy, enrolling under the name Christopher Strathcone. This is a Sky 4 challenge. That's within our... We can attempt that. One... Curia period. I wonder if the periods and their names have any meaning. If that might become relevant later. The baronial period, Curia period. I get to a certain extent what it refers to, as we have learned that this was like a castle inhabited by barons for a while. I think the stairs even show us the progression, don't they? Right? Yeah, third baron, Bankrug, second, first baron. But then as we go up, at some point it transitions, like this is still barons, and then here, librarians. Sixth baron, fifth, sixth, seventh baroness, and then we go third librarian, second librarian, fourth librarian, eighth librarian. They're not quite in order. More librarians, 9th, 13th, and then we finish the stairs. So we know a little bit of what the errors are referring to. But I wonder if that's just kind of set dressing, or if there's actually, you know, could you attempt to figure out not just a timeline, but kind of a world building of Book of Hours, based off which books come from which period? Could you link certain people and stuff together? Didn't the projector say something about prisoners? Yes, it did. Apparently, some part of this tower was related to keeping prisoners at some point. This is in Greek and there's a Rose 6. I don't know if we can meet a Rose challenge. We might be able to. Right, what did it say up here? Patience Lounge. In this room, the accursed of a great war gathered to recuperate. Those who had suffered something no more horrible but somewhat more mysterious than the war's usual wounds, to body and spirit, an interruption of worms perhaps, or the risks at the military end of Suppression Bureau activities. Among them were minor luminaries of the invisible world, Christopher Loffley, Zachary Wakefield, Harvey Hattington, but not Brian Levinson, who had been 9th librarian, and under whose tenure the infirmary had flourished. He enlisted, he served for a time as a medical officer on the Western Front. His body was never found. So I guess all prisoners or something like that might have been brought here at some point. There's been a couple mentions to prisoners, but I'm not quite sure if which ones were prisoners of the barons and which ones were otherwise. Continue with a nocturnal book. Nocturnal period after the turn of a century. The Locksmith's Dream, Stolen Reflection. The fourth volume of Teresa Gamia's expansive work, no longer a discussion of the dreams of artisans, but a valuable survey of other works. The tone is calmer than that of Trespassers, but occasionally fearful, even paranoid. This volume was published in 1926, but almost immediately recalled and pulped by the publisher, at the request of the author or possibly the authorities, depending on which story you believe. Few copies survive. And that is a Sky 4 challenge. Okay, we've got a couple books here now that we can attempt to work with. I think at this point, I don't really want to keep all of these extended because they take up so much of the screen, but I need all of this stuff accessible and visible as well. Okay, let's have a look in here. Sky Stories is not my highest, but tied for... Okay, here we go. Purification Exaltations 2 has 3 Sky. So at that point, we've basically already beaten the challenge. Throw in some Frost, and there we go. Easy money. We have Rain today, which is Grail and Nectar. We have to go hire someone and hope they've got the right skills. Does it influence who shows up, depending on which soul aspect I put in? I haven't gotten the impression that it does, but I can't confidently say that it doesn't either. Okay, more stuff over here with the Affair of the Unfettered Eye. So, Corsa Reverte. Manuscript Hunter, Legacy Scavenger, Mercenary. Many will question his ethics, few would deny scrutiny. Understands Sanskrit. Sans Hickson. Now we can talk to you about stuff, but right now we're focusing on this. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Hang on, I need to hire you first, and then I can give you other stuff. Go. That. Talk to you about this. And that will bring you up to Grail 6. Excellent. We'll chat with the other guy afterwards. Okay, so Grail 6. What direction do we want to go in? Can we go in? There was something, I'm pretty sure. This is where I go in and realize, actually no, I completely misremembered and it's not Grail we need. Oh man, it genuinely isn't. Why did I think we need a Grail? Did I mix it up with Heart because they're slightly similar colors? Oh dear, oh dear. We're only 2 hours into the stream and I'm losing the plot. This usually happens closer to the end. Yeah, and then... What else do you have going on? Knock. We do have some knock, I think, maybe. Rose. Forge, Lantern. Moon. Can we get one more moon on you, perhaps? Maybe. Edge, Winter. Edge. Heart and Sky. Okay, I think it will have to be the moon, won't it? Yeah. Okay, moon. I mean, we have enough moon aspected stuff, right? We can talk to you about this. That gets you up to moon 5. We shouldn't miss the use of that one Trist either. What book was this? This is Christopher Loffer's stuff, right? For 4 years since his adoption from a Bristol orphanage, Elophaly served as Strathcon's pupil and protege, but his relationship with this austere and secretive man was always complicated. His journal confides, I still think Fraser's intentions are good. Certainly he agrees. But I never understood the final goal of his investigations. He has never prepared to enlighten me. And good intentions or not, I can no longer bear this dream of eyes. We have agreed to part, almost amicably. Elopoli left Perugia in 1909 without completing his degree. He had long lost interest in his studies, and the latter half of the journal is concerned with his studies of Umbrian folk songs and notes towards his own compositions, which are of widely varying quality. One of the better ones, In the Marshes of Night, suggests he visited the site of the old lake Fucinus near Otorcio. Alright. We have a cheerful titty, a heart and sky aligned memory, interesting, and a lesson in strings and songs. Okay. Let's consider the lesson immediately. Put the book, which one is this one, onto the shelf in the middle over here. The memory to heart, and heart, let me just double check, is a thing that we need at the moment. Let's see if we can hire another person before the day ends. Throw some of that in there. Some money. Okay. Then next, we can probably just do the other sky-aligned book. We've just gotten up to Moon 5. This room? Nope. This one? Yes. You can get on unlocking that. And we acquire the strings and songs skill. A heart and sky aligned. For either birdsong or nectar drumming. I mean, it's a song skill, so we're probably going to put it in birdsong. I feel like it fits better there. Art and sky. We can use the drums and dances lesson to improve it. Have a look. What other skills could I improve with this? Nectar. Nectar would let me improve my coil and chasm skill, which is also one I haven't assigned. Either one of these more appealing than the other. Nectar drumming is Scholastic. I need tier 3 for this. The other one, yeah. Well, the other one's right. Tier 2 for this. What skill did I get out of here? I don't quite recall. And with strings and songs, birdsong and nectar drumming, again I'd need tier 3 for this. And tier 2 for this. No real reason to go for one over the other, I think. This is a primarily sky, this is a primarily scale. And we do struggle to procure enough scale. It's soul aspect wise only attached to health, which isn't really a proper soul aspect. So I think I'd rather improve coil and chasm. Yeah. What do we require for that at the moment? We need upgrade skill. You'll need an element of soul with matching power aspect. Nectar or scale. Right, which is kind of another memory. I could use this, but I don't know if it uses up entirely. And if it uses up the lessons, I can assume it probably does. So for now, let's not touch any. Right, that's the entire reason I was looking at strings and songs to begin with, because I have this memory. But we are also trying to hire someone to make use of it. So we'll leave the skills be for the second. We have you. You are a Sky Rose Nectar person. I can give you a little extra sky with this, but that doesn't get us any deeper into the house, does it? Sky anywhere? Sky 6 over here. With some frost and the song, we could do it. I think we can hire you and get you up there before the sun goes down. You about this. 6 wing, right? Oh, this is really cutting it close. 5, 6. Oh, I think 30 seconds might be too long. I think we're going to hit night before he's done. Or maybe? Are we just barely in time? Oh, we just made it. I should have checked the new room that got revealed. Scale and knock. Okay, that's fine. Nice. What is this? Tavern chamber. In the days of the divorce, this chamber was reserved for the heir of the house. Originally furnished for Haffron, the woman of uncertain lineage who became Baron Waters' mother and bequeathed her unusual pale eyes and hair to Walter and his descendants. We have books in here. We have a statue, some candles. I assume the candles will also play a greater role at some point, since there is a skill that allows us to do chandlery and make candles. In fact, pyroglyphics also does. Should have a look at some more of these skills and which ones have other effects. I have a few now that can clear corruption. Attuned Arab, right, that's what we got out of it. Committed. What is it? Trying to effective against infestations. Thing. Humans. Okay, not all of them have something going on, but a bunch do. We have a bed that we could move into. Some more ink. A nice drink. Ah, a phonograph. Hello. That means we can now play these. That said, this is a Rose 18 challenge, so way outside of our reach for the moment. This is a Scale 4 challenge. Difficult still, but maybe not impossible. Grab it. And a room at the top of the house. Even more books, which is excellent. A desk. Yeah, some more decorations. Another bed we could move into. Okay, overall a fairly simple room. A bag of tricks. Who's considering this? Oh, hang on. Are there more of these in the house? No, it doesn't look like anything's lighting up. I think this is the first object we found that we can, like, open. Yeah, nothing else is glowing. It's just this. Huh. I almost missed that as part of the desk, but then I realized it wasn't glowing as well. Add a soul card. Put some frost in there. I open the container, delight in your discovery. Show me what's going on there. Today it is foggy, which is knock-free, moon-free. Okay. Very interested in that much knock. In fact, need to go look at some of our books. See if there's a manageable knock challenge anywhere. What have we got going on knock-wise in our skills? A few of them. Books. Anything with knock. Normally it's like 2 on the memories, so 3 is pretty good. No, it doesn't look like we have anything going on knock related. Okay, well, knock 12, but that's a little much. Okay, no, we can't unfortunately take great advantage of that. Room-wise, knock and moon. No, none of these, none of that. Here we go, the serpent-haunted bedroom is a knock 6. Alright. Let us go hiring some people. Hopefully people with knock. Then we want to go up to the... where was it? One of the bedrooms. Here we go. The phonograph. I can just hit start apparently. I don't need to put more things in here? Ilsa Blake invented a nameless friend, or according to Bancroft tradition, her sister, to Hush House to recover from an invited, not invented, to recover from an illness. Ilsa was uncharacteristically secretive about the whole business, perhaps because her own solicitude embarrassed her. She cooked her guests' meals herself, read to her in the afternoons, and purchased this phonograph so her guests could listen to Viennese opera. I mean, it's a scale challenge, so I feel like I should put scale things in here, but I can't. Okay, let's just start then. Robed and flowing shapes, rather as if the Aramaic script had taken up dancing. I can't read it. Ah, right, of course. I guess I need to translate these. This plus something... memory. Memory has to go in here. That really doesn't seem to do anything. Soul skill language. I'm probably going to need language skills before I can do anything with these, right? This one is in Vac. This one is a Mandaic. Okay. Well, we do read a lot of books, so maybe there'll be one that can teach me a language later. Or I can find a person who can. Speaking of people, I haven't even... this guy. Pretty sure these guys have a timer of 5 minutes on them, so we've been ignoring him for a while. A book that matches his lantern interest. His lantern interest 3. Let's just grab the same book we show to all of them. Backlink is it. They've been sold a pup. Their manuscript can't be older than the 18th century. Maybe I won't tell them that, eh, librarian? Clients don't like paying for bad news. Okay. There's like 4 different things going on. With conversation with him, opening this thing. I think I was hiring someone. Yeah. Right, so one at a time. The person we want to hire. You have Forge Sky Lantern. We need someone with knock. So you're not really used to it. If we can get someone else, then this. Inside the container we find silver wire. Ice, I guess? We found it up here, so I'll put it on this desk if I can. Desk is not a surface. Is this one? Oh, there's shelves all over the place behind you. That's a very large wire cord. Okay. Put that away there. This will more or less handle itself. So, let's look into another book. This one. Grab Frost. I think that is our only Diatune skill. And then grab you. And there we go, we matched the challenge. I think I saw an icon down there for just a split second about... Okay, no, the skill is effective against corruption. I thought there was a indicator down there that we were about to suffer corruption again. And what have you got for us? Some more Spintra, thank you. I will use it to buy books. This is the only thing I do with the fancy money. I buy books. How far along is this? Almost done as well. Alright, have the right skills, please. Sky Rose Nectar. No, that doesn't help. And now it's halfway through the day, so chances are we can't get someone in. We'll try anyway, just in case. There's no harm in trying, and it doesn't help us anything to give up. What about you? Winter, Moth, Sky. No. All the wrong things. Okay, we'll let that memory go then. The book. What have you got for us? What was this book? Locksmith's Dreams, Stolen Reflections. Harm of Trespasses. Okay. Janus is the gatekeeper, the twin god, the god that wounds, the presager of changes, the sun, the moon. So we identify him with the watchman, the twins, with the mother, with the forge, with the manuscript, and the madrigal. He cannot be all these, can he? The Flemings know the church, knew the dry land, knew the Elagabalus. Is he then synthesis, or is he something else? In Galatia, they call him Ianus Lamius, but the Obliviates are notorious for their slanders. I want to point out, as someone with a passing interest in mythology, real-life discussions about gods and stuff make about as much sense as any of this. Like, this could be a passage out of an actual history book. Janus has, they say, not one face but two, to which I reply, why only one, why only two? Hasselt and Cosley, according to Thomas Love Denman, once agreed that Janus was all the gods and none, but later Hasselt described him as all the gods, and Cosley favoured none. Denman was a sinister dilettante, but this rings true of them both. Hey, and we get a memory of revelation and a lesson in Watchman's Paradox. Yes. Watchman's Paradox is a skill we've got at level 2 for 3 Lantern and 2 Sky. The Lantern, none of our unupgraded skills are Lantern. But Strings and Songs has got Sky. Let's have a look. Do we have stuff we can use to upgrade? Sky. We don't have a... Oh, we've used all of our Fost. Damn. That represents a difficulty. And yeah, the only suitable one here would be another lesson, which we really don't want to give up to this. Okay, leave that be for the moment. The book that we have read. I'm gonna run out of shelf space down here. In fact, we're running out right this second. It won't take the last book. Okay. This is the next largest shelf, I think. Put you in there. Mark this shelf as red. There we go. 2 more books left in our inventory. A Moon Challenge and a Rose Challenge. Can I even do a Rose 6 challenge? That seems high. We've got Fett for 2 Rose. And then up to 3 with our skills. Yeah, Rose 6 is kind of difficult at this point in time. I might put this book back, actually. Go there. Let's start opening up some of the other ones. We do have a bunch more. We've got this one from there. We've got 3 more up here. And then... yeah, another 3 in here, another 3 over here. This room has tons of shelf space, so let's bring all of the books into the middle. Those three. Just scan through the shelves real quick, see if there's any other uncatalogued books I'm missing. Nope, I think that's all of them. Let's drop these down here as well. Okay, what have we got in here? The Republic of Teeth, an eccentric political tract by Valentine de Wolf. Scale 6. That can go over here. Next one. I don't think I have any other timers currently running. I think we're just focused on cataloguing books. The Horace Book 3, in Latin, a 19th century reprint by the indefatigable Nathaniel Darcy Evers of a 14th century Latin translation of a 4th century work. Barbarian reads Latin, but don't assume others can. Oh good, we don't have to worry about it in here then. Edge 4 challenge, that should be doable. We have 1 here, we have 2 here, we have 2 here. Okay, well with 2 metal, assuming it lets us put anything in there to increase our odds, we should have that handled. So we'll do that one once dawn comes and our aspects refresh. The Fallen Cross, in which Julian Cosley, Mago's immortal occasional anarchist, argues that through language the carapace cross decay to seed the lives of our ancestors. This sentence almost makes sense to me at this point. I think I can almost kind of start to piece together what they're talking about here. Sky 6. I feel like we've done a lot of stuff with Sky recently. We have a few... Okay, we've got 3 Sky on that skill. 2 on there. 3 Sky here. Gets us halfway there, but we're not quite to the point of reading that book yet. I'll put some there. Right, Dawn Comes, we'll read that book in a moment. An Introduction to Histories, the 17th century mystic and antiquarian Claude Hasselt describes divergent incidents in 5 major histories. And that is a Winter 4. Winter, I don't think we've touched much on Winter, if anything. Winter 2 from this skill. And only 1 from... Okay, leave that there as well. For now, give me Dawn, so I've got all my stuff in order, and show me what the weather for today is. It is sunny, lantern and sky. Hang on, wasn't this a Sky 6 challenge? And we were like halfway there? This, the sun, boss, for some more sky, and which one was this is 2, and this is 3. There we go. Ah, big sky. We can do it. And what book did I actually want to read today? The Winter 4 one? Well, these are all difficulty 4, so we want to read all of them anyway. Speech is a wound, silence is silver, there is no silver door, nor can there be, even in the moon's house. I don't know, remember enough about moon stuff to say if this sentence makes any sense to me. I do feel that a lot of the stuff that Cultist Simulator discusses in terms of like language and communication as wounds and violence and stuff is very similar to how Kill 6 Billion Demons, the webcomic, approaches its definitions of violence, where it kind of describes having free will as an act of violence upon the world, in any action you take being you enforcing how you want things to be onto a reality that is kind of neutral without it. Without language there can be no words, without words there can be no message, but only in silence can there be no error, and lo, even in the beginning, in that first of messages and error, thus did we enter the house. Kill 6 billion demons mentioned. Yes. Are you caught up? Yep, I am up to date. I have to say, I don't like where the current pages we're on. The thing that's just happened feels like it got dealt with way too easily. I gotta wait and see what the next page gives us, what the aftermath here is, how both parties deal with it. But I feel like we just went through a confrontation that should have been like a major thing, and it just kind of got jumped straight past. I'm not sure. We'll see. Lesson in oronoscopy. Oronoscopy. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I can usually try and figure out a little bit of what a word is supposed to be with Latin or whatever, but I don't know. Like that last line in that book you just finished, it makes so much sense in universe. Yeah. If you know enough of the lore. Oh, this is another book for sale. Notes on bindings. I'm glad that the game is just kind of through this affair thing, passively giving us just enough money to keep buying from Oriflames as it comes up. So I now have a Forge Winter memory available. I could try and upgrade one of these, but I don't have an appropriate lesson for it. Oh no, I do. But this lesson I want to learn and get a skill from. I want to use that as fodder. I've just read this book, The Fallen Crop. Whereas my red books. You go in there. Okay, next up. Didn't I just say winter? Yeah, I've got winter on that memory, so we'll read that next after we've learned the lesson. Put this aside for a second. There we go. Oronoscopy, which is horomancy and real. Giant Moon. I look at, no, not upgrading a skill, reading a book. There we go. That's good. Reading a book. Put this memory in here. Get me more winter. Alright, we have it. Easy. Easy money. Also got this book now, which is a Part 10 challenge. So slightly out of reach for what we can do at the moment. Not bad, that's finished. There. Still need to sort these two out. I swear there was some note somewhere that, yeah, there can be serious consequences if they go untreated. This book was an introduction to history. The prologue warns at length of the iniquities of one Julian Cosley, a former colleague who Herselt now describes darkly as a worm of worms. It seems Cosley advised Herselt early in the writing of the book, but Herselt later became suspicious. Herselt identifies blood, silver, design, and the worms as the central axes of each of the histories, claims that the so-called second history is a true one. That's a bold claim to make. Lesson Snowstorm. And a memory of hindsight. Gale. We gotta use that quickly. There must be something we can apply memory to, because scale is so rare to get a hold of. We've got 3 scale in total with this. Any books with scale? There was a scale 4 challenge somewhere. What? I put it up here. No, that's scale 6. No books further up here. These are all red. Here. No, no, no. Those are all red. Those are all red. Or did I manage to do the scale 4 book? And is it actually on the shelf here somewhere? No? Maybe I imagined the book. Not impossible. I'm sure I'm not finding it again. Oh, there's a couple more uncatalogued ones hidden away down here. This? Scale 6. Ah, 6 is a lot harder than 4. We sure there wasn't a 4 around somewhere? No, there's another 6. Okay, damn it, scale 6. Can I make that happen? I feel like the answer is no. I mean, we could try. See if it lets us put an item from around the house in there. It does sometimes do that. Okay, Republic of Tea. We will attempt to decipher this. Put in the memory, put in health, put in oil and chasm, and we're up to 4. It's close. We don't need much to get over the edge. Just a tiny bit more scale. What are we getting here? Tiffany, Uvison, weather. Well, weather we're not gonna... Actually, it's just hit dawn. Do we get it before the timer runs out? 4, 3, 2, 1. The weather is Grail and Nectar. We do need some Grail, don't we, for the rooms? No, that's Forge. Forge, that's hard. Right, for some reason I keep thinking it's Grail, and I leveled up a Grail person a minute ago, but we don't need that at all. Yeah, the weather is not suitable. Doesn't provide us any... What else? A mood has come upon you which increases certain aspects. Ah, there we go. We've got it. Valentine suggests that rulers should be elected to govern by serpents, not their subjects, for the serpent, being cold-blooded in its nature, is incorruptible. I don't know that serpents is any better of a system of government than women in ponds handing out swords. Valentine's initial proposal is that a college of electors should subject themselves to the bites of venomous serpents, which he grades in details, preferring the least dangerous, and should allow the resulting deliria to guide them in their choice of people representatives. He becomes concerned, however, by the practicalities of ensuring equal quantities of venom in each case, and gets halfway into a proposal for using birds instead in the selection process before giving up mid-sentence. When I read Republic of Teeth, what I was imagining was like cannibalism or, I don't know, some kind of horrible Skaven rat colony. Election by snake poisoned Scuria was not on my bingo card. Memory Intuition, which gives us Moon and Rose, and lessons Serpents and Venoms. Moon and Rose. I feel like there was a Rose book somewhere that we might try. I know there's some really high Rose challenges, but I feel like there was an actual beatable Rose book somewhere. This one? Yeah, Rose 6. The Book of a Centipede. I feel that sheer mental train of thought Valentine had here, and I can see how it happened, alright. There were no breaks and no survivors. I feel like at some point a lottery would just be easier than delirium guided, but I guess if you don't believe that the snake venom makes it random. Okay, what else do I have going on that's Rosaline? I have Fett, which is 2, so we're up to 4. And Sky Stories is 1. Little Meter is 1. Well, if it lets us put another soul aspect in. Yeah, this book we should have in the bag as well. I don't think we should struggle with this one. It doesn't really make a difference. I guess use Subliminal Meter. There we go. Put that into a stack again. I need a second consider thing, honestly. I want to be cataloging all of the books I've got on the shelf over here while I'm dealing with this stuff. Okay, it does let us put another soul aspect in. Go. We've beaten the challenge. The centipede always found her way into the dark places. When she was punished for it, she reacted badly, and the Mancers as and Mir. This sounds like going through Naya Speed's Twitter and seeing her talk about Yai and getting responses. The centipede always finds her way into dark places, indeed. The river runs through the sands out of myth and into legend. The painted river runs the other way. One is barred to the centipede now, but she finds ways back in sometimes. Oh, we get the memory back, that's nice. Lesson Sandstorm. Okay, we've got a lot of lessons going on at the moment. Do I try to use the memory again? See if there's another rose book somewhere? First, what shelf am I using for red books? This one. That's a challenge. 12. These are not the right type. I do have this book laying around here as well, don't I? Rose 10 challenge. This can affect your Fat and Wrist and stretch a nearby object. You can remove it with a skill that's effective against corruption and at least 7 moon. Let's not touch that for being. Has it spread to this? I wonder if this can like contaminate the whole house. As I understand it, this game only has one failure state. You can like essentially soft lock yourself, but I don't know how you go about achieving that. Let's consider all of our new lessons and get our new skills. No mysteries. Birdsong and Hushery skill. Serpents and Venoms. At some point I've got to pick which of these I'm going to be assigning to the lower levels and which I'm going to be upgrading all the way. And story. Oral Contemplations is already a skill. Drums and Dances is. Watchman's Paradoxes is. This is a memory and this is... Okay. We've got a lot of skills now that need upgrading. First, though, more book. At some point, I assume this entire thing will be filled out, right? Like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 long, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deep. 8 by 5 is not enough for all of the skills that we'd need to get into here to fill every single one of those spots out. I think you can die on the beach in the beginning, but I've never tried it, so can't confirm. I was wondering that at the start of the game, because I did see some timers ticking down on like health and stuff like that. There's a dining hall over here. I just noticed what the background of this was. Interesting. Many liquids. I'm curious whether any of them might be a liquid that cures us of our conditions that we've got. But winter 8 is hard. I don't know that we can get that much winter. We'd need more whist. Which of these gave us... Feel like it says in here that's Sight and sensations gave us this. And we've attuned that to Hushery. Which is Oranoskippy and Serpents and Venoms. But can I get this upgrade? I need Moon and Sky. Memory and effort. I can get this upgraded, and then we can put it into Hushery and get us some more whist, hopefully. See if that pans out the way I wanted to. Oranoskippy 2. There we go. If the stars are wisdom, then dawn is ignorance. A day might become when there is no dawn. Oranoskippy should be numbered among the night. Its other possible place is Horomachus. Is there a different text? If night is peace, then dawn is battle. When the sun drives the stars from the sky, a day might come when the sun's victory is not assured. The battles of heaven are a matter of Horomachus. Okay. But that is Tryst, and we wanted Whist. And Tryst, Moon, and Moth, those are useful. And this wants to give me more Fet, which we've already got 2 of, which are Moth and Rose. I think we could do with a bit more Moon more than we could do with more Rose, really. I've got 2 of them. And we do technically have 2 Tryst as well, one is just currently otherwise occupied. There we go. That's level 2 and emitted, so it goes over with Visa now. Alright, back out of the tree. We've got 3 Fost and 3 technically Tryst at this point. We'll want to look into how we combine these and upgrade the skills at some point. I guess our point may as well be now. I can take a quick glance at it, right? Not here. So here's one. Evolve via Nyctodromy. Could use Nyctodromy with this to evolve my soul. Once you've committed a skill to the Nyctodromy Wisdom, you can use that skill with this to combine 2 identical soul cards into a greater one. But you must use a skill you've attuned to that wisdom, and the attunement will only work once. So, the Sunset Road, the Auroral Contemplations, and if I want to upgrade, say, Fost. Can't put Auroral Contemplations in here. I need something with Heart, Knock, Rose, or Sky. Is that the same for each of these buildings that lets me do this? Because there are multiple. Not here. This is a bed. There's another one somewhere. I've seen the pop-up. Fireplace. I've also not yet figured out what you do with the fireplaces or the gardens. There's multiple of them around the house, and I haven't actually touched any of them. See what they do. I also haven't interacted with down here, where you can go Sea's Edge or beachcombing, and I haven't been out on a walk on the moor. Whether those are optional parts of the game or if they'll just be relevant later, we'll see. I've yet to make a candle or do anything with food. So it does seem like there's either I'm not as far into the game as I feel like I am, or there is a hell of a lot of replay value if you can just sidestep entire systems and not see them in your run. Where was the other place that you could click on? Not the desks. There's lots of things with like the challenge tags on them, but there's specifically ones that tell you here is a place you can do a thing. Here we go, evolve via horror macassary. In horror macassary, I have drums and dances. So does this place have different requirements on what skills you can put in there? Forge, Moon, Rose, Sky. I do believe that is the same list. Go back over here. Ah, no, Heart, Knock, Rose, Sky. You're attuned to Nectar Drum. Do I just need to find the right combination, or are certain skills meant to be upgraded in different places? Okay, let's just see what I can piece together here. So art skills. I have herbs and infusions, drums and dances, and surgeries and examination. I don't have a heart soul aspect that I want to improve though. Knock, neither do I have anything knock. Rose is pet. That could be worth upgrading, certainly. And Sky. I mean, Frost is also Sky. If I put 2 of these in here, and a skill, I'll say this one. There's potential here for a slam. No, but I don't want to craft anything unless I'm crafting 2 pieces of a soul together. Challenges 5. So do I need to get up to 5 lantern? Remembrance. Weather is not lantern related, and I'm not putting a lesson in there. Okay, do I have any skills that overlap with these and also have more lantern? You have 2. Purge myself of earthly influences, accruing some personal edge through the savagery of the process. Purification exaltations with Prentice level Sky creates Toast cleansing. Craft Rafflegan craft cleansing. No, that's not what I... Mix a pigment of blinding white. Add liquid, I can distill a more potent alchemical. Experience. Inspiration for a sky-focused music. Am I making over here? Okay, I don't think this is the thing that I want for combining the 2 things together. However, accruing some personal edge through the savagery of a process. I do kind of just want to see what that does. On the off chance I might regret it, I'm clicking the button anyway. Hope this works out for me. This is how you do dangerous arcane science. Press go, see what happens. The cleansing has left my eyes dazzled, my skin burning. The corrivality manifests even in the operations of the sun. I gain Org's cleansing. Librarian Natalia Brulo learned this powerful, if unpleasant technique from the priests and edge-long Reverend Org. A memory. Edge. Oh, isn't this just gonna disperse in the morning? It's a memory. Yeah. Well, that's not useful to me then. Okay, interesting revelation aside, we don't seem to be any closer to figuring out how to combine souls together. Let me read through this again. I could use Nyctodromy with this to evolve my soul. Once you've committed a skill to the Nyctodromy wisdom, you can use that skill with this. But the skills I've committed to Nyctodramy, Oral Contemplations and Watchman's Paradoxes. Paradoxes. Skill without effort is like tea without boiling water. No one wants to eat tea leaves. Add a soul card. Any soul card? A specific soul card? Great Tanglebrag or for a scholar level. So it's still not this. We just need to use something different. Knock, rose. Nyctodramy will show my fed where we can go. Ah, so it's just I have to use the correct skills in the correct object with the correct type of soul aspect. Three minutes? Wow. That's a little more involved than a lot of the other things. Can I do another one over here? So what do you accept? Your Horomachistry. Horomachistry, and the only thing we've put into there is drums and dances. Drums and dances is a heart and nectar skill. Sky, Rose, Moon, Forge. None of those are heart and nectar, so I can't improve anything using this at the moment. We either need to find a different object, I assume, or I need to put a Forge, Moon, Rose or Sky skill into the next tier of Horomachistry. Currently, I don't seem to have any other skills that can be put into Horomachistry. Drums and dances is the only one that's lighting up. Okay, so no upgrading anything there for the moment. I shall want to get deeper into the house and find more nonsense. Okay. I guess then for the next 3 minutes while that's finishing up, we can see if we can get some more books read. What skills have I committed to here? Bet, which means my moth and rose is up. Okay, well we're not doing any of that anyway. Do I have any moon-aligned things? Yes, we've got some moon here. Just as one moon. These are one moon, one moon, one moon. Okay, all a single level of moon. Oh, we can still give it a shot. Put Tristan there. Moon, moon, moon. Actually, hang on. You have 2 moon. Is that the highest out of all of them? Yes, should be. Okay, so this is the wrong book. Also, this book has been read. Why is it even in my inventory still? Oh god, I'm completely losing track of everything. Okay, this has been read, which means it doesn't go into that shelf that I was about to put it in. It goes into this shelf, yes? Yes, this shelf has got a bunch of read books in it. Moon, there we go. This is the book I actually want to read. It hasn't been read yet. Now I want some Trist and Oronoscopy, and the weather has nothing to do with the moon. We're only 1 level off, so we should be able to get this if it lets us put anything in there. We are looking a little low on cash once again. So in the background of this, let's be doing some work. Alright, what opportunities do I have? Ah, we can put another soul fragment in there, and now we meet the challenge. What was this book about? Alexander Probst writes wearily of Calyptra, a law, principle, or society which prevents the dissemination of dangerous knowledge. Calyptra, like the planet that occludes the star, that occludes the star, or the Doylean dog that fails to bark, can be identified only by its absence. Even the name, I think, must be a mask. Calyptra is said to make exceptions specifically for the libraries of the Watchman's Tree. Does it make those exceptions so the owls can make use of them? And we get a memory of Storm and lesson Edicts Inviolable. Arterline. Interesting. Let me put the book away immediately so I don't get it mixed up again. Up here, book. Shelf, excellent. And finally, the one in Latin, which we apparently read. Subject Disciplines Office. An Edge 4 book. We have some edge on something, don't we? Yeah, on this. Is that the only one? No, metal also has. Ah, but no more than the other. So let's take some metal. And let's take edge 2 over here. Edge 2 over here, so it doesn't matter. And Memories Rain doesn't have any edge to it. Neither does Storm. Okay. Hopefully we can put something else in there. What just expired down here? I'm not sure. We've got some work done. Keep going with that. 3 different types of opportunity, and one of them is a soul card. Take another metal. There we go, we've met the challenge. This book was about something. The Horus Book 3, and it's been translated a bunch. This is usually described as the 3rd volume of the Horus, but Darcy Evers's foreword argues persuasively that it's a substantial reworking by the original author. The Lionsmith makes monsters, the Colonel has his scars, but the De Horus now insists that neither can truly defeat the other, that they must at some level understand these limits in their strategies, and that their enmity is the eternal engine of the world. We get a lesson, Disciplines of a Star, and a memory of contradiction, which is a 2-edge 1 moon memory. Can we capitalize on that memory? And another but. I feel like they go through some cycles because they had at first like internet usernames, and then they started getting normal person, like real life usernames, and now we've cycled to internet but like low effort. No one would believe this is an actual person usernames. This is very funny. I hope someone at Twitch is doing something about it, but I wouldn't bet on it. Okay, anything edge related that we might be able to crack in a moment? Nothing here. I might go through and gather up a bunch of the books again. We do have a middle room with a bunch of shelves, so actually, yeah, let me grab all these. Let me grab these. And bring them all over to here. But they're all in one spot and I don't have to go through the entire house each time. Yeah, alright, Carol. We're all very convinced. I'll leave these here because I've just kind of been keeping them there by default anyway. This is all red. Oh, there's a couple more down here. Grab all those. I discovered completely on accident that you can click on the objects to put them into your inventory. these ones up here. We have quite the collection still to go through. I might sort them in order of what the level of challenge is. I might also put my journal away at some point. Mastery Lantern. I don't know if there's anything else I can do with this, really. At the moment, it's just kind of taking up an inventory. Let's put the journal in here, since this is the room I'm staying in at the moment. Okay, these are all red books. There's nothing left on the shelves up here. Some very tiny shelves there. And there's a clock as well. Yeah, that's all the books. There, from there. Here. There is that one laying here with the 10 rows and the Winkwell affliction. We've got everything out of here. Right, there were a few couple down here that we've got. Alright, so this is all our books at the moment. In order, there's an 8. There's a 10 that goes here. There's also a 10. This is a 12 that goes right on the end. 12. 8. 10. 6 seconds there. 6 seconds there. 6. 12. That needs to go on the end here, so one of these has to go down. 6. 10. Not on the end. Further along. 10, 10, 8, 6, 6, 6. There we go. We have them all nicely. Whoops. We have them all nicely sorted. So from the bottom, we currently have a memory with Edge, but we don't have any books that require it, unfortunately. We do have our Fet back, which is now 2 more 3 rows. Plus. Why plus Fet and not Fet? And what's the other thing that's finished? I've learned something useful too early to tell. We have a memory of regret, which is Forge in Winter. A bit late in the day to make use of that. Okay, we may want to consider some of our lessons and get the applicable skills. We still have this, and at some point that season is going to come along. What's it called? Yeah, Numa. At some point it's going to be Numa, and we're going to lose this thing even though it's persistent. There's Edicts Inviolable. Disciplines of the Scar. Not that it matters, but let me reorganize these so it makes more sense. Okay. Lots of stuff. What next? What next? We want to maybe upgrade some more skills. We couldn't get anything into the telescope, but let me check what because they both have Sky and Rose. Actually, I need to check first. Nyctodramy. What skills do I have in here? This one, isn't it? And I have Watchman's Paradoxes and Auroral Contemplation. Now then, this requires Art, Knock, Rose or Sky, none of which go into Auroral Contemplations. And Sky goes into Watchman's Paradoxes, so I can put this skill in here. And then what was the rest of it? Combine 2 identical soul cards into a greater one, but you might use a skill you've attuned to a wisdom, and the attunement will only work. I feel like I've already forgotten what the other requirements were to make this work, because I can't combine just anything. They're all fatigued right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. Wait for a second. Let it become day again. Let's not think too hard. I'm just going to throw everything in. There's potential here for apprentice level. No, I don't want to craft anything. I'm just going to put... Oh, it won't let me put that in there at all. I put it in devotion, but not into the whole aspect. Neither can I put this or this. Okay. So no upgrading to be done here for the moment. We can make this small again. Now then, the other thing I wanted to do was open this room up because there's so many drinks in here and some of them might be able to cure this despair or shell-crossedness. Edge 8. It's a lot. Metal and Arab give 1 each. So if I have enough time to go through 4 of them, I can put 4 edge onto some. Or winter, which I've got twist for 2, which is insufficient. Unfortunately. What weather do we have? Let's start finding some. Just in case they end up being the right sort of person. The weather is foggy, which is knock and noon. Not useful for the purposes of that room, but maybe for a different room. Hence what we find here. You have scale, edge, and heart. Okay. Let's hire you. Maybe also go looking for someone else. With boss. I think that doesn't tie up any skill that we care about right now. Okay, so we've got you. And I want to give you... I want to make you the edgiest person around there, okay? Your DeviantArt OCs are going to be the stuff of legend. That. Get him in there again. Oh, that went instantly. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? We're already collaborating. Each assistant can only benefit from 1 soul card in a day. There are ways to create stronger soul cards. Ah. I see. Before we can experience more rooms, we must experience more skills. Okay. Which also means I can't get anything else out of this guy today. With Knock and Moon, nope, that doesn't apply to anything of what you've got going on. And 4 Heart and 4 Scale isn't gonna unlock anything. 5 Edge? Any room that helps with? No, not these. Nope. 8 Edge, obviously. Oh, why did we zoom in there? Ah. Oh, I can press the number buttons to go to different zoom levels. Interesting. 6 Edge. 6 Edge would have been enough. There we go, 5 Edge in this room. Grab me that. Consolation prize, but it's still progress. We're still unlocking some stuff. And you are another of the same guy, aren't you? Nearby fugitive. Okay, well, we're halfway through the day, but let's not give up. Again. See if we can get someone knock related. There's just enough time left, I think. I would like it if I had an actual timer, if it would tell me specifically, here's how many seconds are left before the end of the day. You have Winter Moth Sky. None of that's applicable. Okay, no more hires for today. Go... not Arab. Not fuck. Oh, there we go. Go earn some. And this room, the examination room, got some books. Can't open up any of... Oh. Heart in a jar. 2 heart and 1 winter. Why does our heart have 2 heart? And if it's in a jar, then how much heart does a regular heart that's in the chest have? And how much heart does a heart that's in a chest but like not on a person, I mean the object, have? The pentonite slab. Rock of the lab coat, we have a necropsy table. A hygienic place for scrupulous examination of whatever might remain. Interesting. Nothing else we picked up or interacted with in this room? Bucket of seawater. Okay. I'll add some morgue boots. I should have a look actually. Because I was drawn in before by the two buildings because they specifically say you can use the stuff here. This doesn't. Can I still do fancy things here? Let me grab skill that fits. A full aspect also fits. Okay, there are recipes here. I don't know what for yet. And I don't have enough whist available to try. How much heart does a half heart have if a half heart is a heart? Exactly, that kind of thing. Two more books that are undiscovered. I should go through all of these as well, actually. We can devote a couple day-night cycles to just recovering our finances and examining all of the books. So grab that. Let me throw some here. Then, not even a book. This one next. Right in there. Go to the house. This goes on the shelf over this way. Go on that side. Let's grab a full inventory worth of books. 5. Dust, yes. Oh, another one. Onto the front of the house. Go here. Alright, you. See what that's all about. Grab this. Put dust in there. Work. We've got a book, Operations of a Certain Finality, subtitled The Hammer's Sundering, the work of an anonymous adept who violently despised the invisible seraphim, the library of a watchman's tree in Alexandria. Oh, I wonder if an upgraded skill does anything different when we use it to work with. I do wonder if we earn more money. Put all that, sort of this. Oh, and time slows down when morning comes. Chion at Abydos. A play dealing with the 9-year sojourn of a snow goddess in the Thracian city of Abydos by Apollo Fireweaver, in English published in 1892, purportedly from an older Greek text. Keep it going. Some more money. Okay, Fat Plus. Any differently? Not enough mystique to tell fortunes for pennies, undignified. Okay, seems to just do the same thing. We'll see how the payout is if it's any better. Collected Hush House lectures. In the 1800s, Dr. Arun Peel was invited to give a series of lectures to the Curia. They combine his pithy view of the histories with his particular brand of unhelpfully ironical insight. I am curious whether what each book is when you examine it is set in stone, and if the books always spawn in the same position within the house, or is it a case that you kind of have a different layout each time you play the game. The Viennese Conundrum. Mandriel describes odd events in Vienna, the disappearance of children, epidemics of parasite activity, animal mutilations, nightmares of worms, the activities of a charitable organization, New Legion, that funds the burial of the poor. She proposes peculiar connections between these activities. They're different each game. Okay. I think that makes sense. Certainly take some of the replay value if you knew, hey, I've got to head here first to get the right book for this thing. I wonder what a speedrun of this game would look like. Nothing particular is afoot. Any visitors this season will likely just want a general confirmation. I mean, bless you and bless the house you serve. If there is an instant card active, you can discuss it or just leave the slot emptied and offer a. I can identify my visitors' interests and satisfy them with an appropriate book. Alternatively, if I know a language I'd like to learn, I can offer payment. Untrustworthy visitors might occasionally abscond with a book. Friggin' cracked Sanskrit. We've seen. Payment in regular money or payment in fancy money? Because I don't have any fancy money at the moment. I guess I've got nothing for you, my friend. On the White, Solomon Husher writes, perhaps allegorically, of winter, its long, slow, doomed romance with the sun. The epigraph is sunset at noon. Okay, that's another lot of books taken care of. Let's bring them over to here. This one's a 6, bottom. A 4 we can keep in our inventory because we're going to decipher it very soon. Front there. Okay. With all that being said, Book of Hours is a rather Moorish sort of game. This is very much one of those one more turn type deals. But I really should be making this the last turn. We're a little over 3 hours in, which I think is a good length to end the stream at. Quite a lot of progress made today. We've gotten not that much deeper into the house. I think we've unlocked, I think, these 4 rooms and these 2 today. Oh, and the atrium. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rooms is pretty good. If we keep going at that pace, it's gonna take not too long to actually get through the entire house. But I imagine with how much the skills jump, it will get a little harder later on. We'll see if we can combine more skills and also cure our occupied ones at some point. Lots and lots of new skills acquired over here. Less new lessons acquired to upgrade them with. We are really running low on these. But overall, very good. You did not ask me for a saved name last time, I think. Put my name. There we go. Alright, let me have a look. I sincerely doubt there's anyone else streaming Book of Hours that I could raid into. And I would be wrong. There is in fact 2 people streaming Book of Hours. Fantastic. And one of them is a giant dogman. Okay, so we're going to be raiding into Dutch one. He's got the English tag, so I hope that he's at least streaming in English. I hope everybody has enjoyed the stream. I just saw something pop up down there in a message, but I can't see it because the raid thing is in the... Oh, it's my own raid thing in the chat. One day I will figure out the raid system and how it all works and what you're supposed to do and in what order, but we're not quite there yet. I seem to get it a little bit messed up every single time. For now, thank you for joining me and thank you for everyone who's been so active in chat. I think this is the most people talking I've had and it was very pleasant. I hope you also enjoyed the stream, and I hope that I'll see you again sometime in the future. Goodbye.